Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Just a quick announcement, so go ahead and follow me on patreon.com/bow-and-arrow-tarot to be part of the draw for the Dreams of Gaio Tarot deck giveaway. This deck is going to be given away on August 15th by a random draw of all of my patrons over on Patreon. And all I ask for is just $1 a month donation from you all on that site to help me be able to get more of these tarot decks and oracle decks and do more unboxings and reviews and giveaways. All right. But for right now, thank you so much, and on to the video. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Bow and Arrow Tarot. Today we're going to be doing the weekly reading for August 11th to 17th for the sign of Scorpio. My lovely Scorpios, you are one of my favorite signs. So we're going to get right into it and pull out the angel messages for you this week. See what the angels have to say about your week. All right, Scorpio, straight out the gate, we have wedding. Some of you are in a situation that involves marriage, unrequited love, and there's not enough attraction or chemistry here, and religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing, your cultural upbringing, right? All right, interesting. Unrequited love, religious factors, and wedding. Seems very, you know, like traditional, right? So let's get right into your spirit animals and see what kind of elements you're going to be dealing with this week. Now, you may resonate with some of these messages, right? You may be resonating with some of these animal spirits or not. They may describe some of the individuals or characters that you'll be dealing with this week, right? So whatever the case may be, we're going to see right now. What kind of elements, what kind of spirit animals are walking with you and the people that you're dealing with this week? We have elephant energy. Wow, beautiful. Strong fire. Okay, so this is fiery energy. Another fire sign, we have lion. Wow, the lion rarely comes up. Okay, strong fire energy. And we have the buffalo. All right, also earth energy. All right, so wow, Scorpio, you have 3 very strong spirit animals walking with you and your people that you're dealing with this week. Let's just go over them very quickly. We have the elephant energy. Now, elephant is actually fire energy. I mean, you know, what do we think of when we think of elephants? We think of an unstoppable force, right? I mean, the elephant is really the strongest creature in the jungle. You know, nobody fucks with the elephant, right? The elephant is wise, auspicious, unstoppable, right? It is arguably probably the most auspicious figure in the deck. You know, Ganesh, the god Ganesh from the Hindu religion, is representative of the god of abundance and plenty, the god who brings in finances and wealth and riches, right? It also represents immense wisdom. Ganesh has an immense amount of wisdom, right? And so this is it. This is what the elephant is all about. The great elephant is the destroyer of obstacles, right? And so this kind of fire energy just rolls over obstacles. Now, sometimes elephant energy will bring obstacles into your life to gently guide you in the right direction, right? Elephants have been known to do that. Even in the jungles, they've been known to topple trees so that you follow the route that they want you to follow. All right, now we have the lion, another fire energy. Now, of course, the lion is king of the jungle, right? Regal, patient. The lion is a master. All right, the lion is a master at all things. The lion is the master of the fire element, right? And considered the living mascot of self-transformation. The lion is dedicated to personal and spiritual growth. This is somebody who walks the path, who lives the life, walks the path, talks the talk. This is not the phony. This is not the charlatan. This is not the person who suddenly thinks they're speaking to God after 2 months of reading some esoteric books. This is the person who lives the life, who really walks the path. You know, the true path, not the adorned path, not the path of egotistic spiritualists, but the path of acting as you are inside, following your spiritual center. The lion is respected by so many, but nobody really understands the lion. Very few people understand the lion. Very few people understand how the lion is able to do what it does, how it's able to go through life with such a sense of regalness and power and confidence. People see the lion, they want to very much be like the lion, but they just simply cannot. Lion energy is something that is in you or it is not. Now, when the lion walks with you, of course, he imparts that energy to you. But again, like I said, the lion is a card that very rarely comes up. So if you're dealing with somebody who's embodying this energy, then this person is a rare gem indeed. The next one we have is Buffalo. And Buffalo also, these are all, you know, of course, very wise, spiritually wise animals. Now, not all the cards in the deck are about spirituality, all right? But these three are. And the Buffalo, again, is a grounded but heavenly creature. Very practical, okay? The Buffalo also has an immense amount of wisdom. But you see the lightning strikes in the back there. The Buffalo has this kind of sense of divinity with it. Also an ancient creature, a creature who's really learned a lot. But the thing with the Buffalo is that its ability to handle hardship, right? I want to say this is almost very Taurus energy, obviously, but not just because it's Buffalo, but because of the ability the Buffalo has to really meet challenges head on, meet hardship head on. The Buffalo sees any kind of upsets in its life as an obstacle, not an obstacle, but as a path to learning, to healing, to becoming better, to becoming more of itself, right? And so with the Buffalo comes an immense amount of courage. Buffalo is not really afraid of anything. It's not afraid of death, or it's not afraid of illness or misfortune. The Buffalo just meets troubles and trials and tribulations head on, you know what I mean, and handles them in a very earthly, practical way, but also in a very spiritually centered way. All right, so these are your three animal, very, very powerful animal spirits, 2 fire and 1 earth that you're going to be dealing with. Now, this may not be for all the people you're dealing with this week, and of course, not everything resonates. Please take what resonates and throw the rest away. But for those of you who are resonating with this reading at all, you are certainly dealing with some very intense individuals this week. And if you, of course, are resonating with any of these animals yourself, you're having a very strong week, I want to say. This is a very, one thing that all the animal spirits have in common is this level of strength. They all have a power to them, a strength and an endurance to them, right? So that is the running theme for you this week, Scorpio. Let's get right into your set of forecasts or outlooks in love and life and career. And let's get right into it. Out the gate, we have 9 of Swords, 7 of Swords, and the King of Cups. All right, so some of you are very much dealing with a lot of anxiety, right? Some of you have been dealing with a lot of anxiety. You've been having a lot of sleepless nights. You've been having a lot of, something's been on your mind, you know. You've just been worrying. You're worrying. I don't know why you're worrying, but you're worrying about, I think it's about love, right? Somewhere along the line, it's about a love relationship. It could be that you're worrying about your love being unrequited. 7 of Swords is there, so there's a hastiness, right? So there's a feeling of haste. There's a feeling of not wanting to be patient, wanting to cut corners to get what you want. 7 being the number of dreams and aspirations. 7 of Swords is that person who, I always say the 7 of Swords comes up. I always talk about the tortoise and the hare story, right? Everybody knows the story of the tortoise and the hare, right? They both get into a race, but who wins? The tortoise. The slow, methodical creature wins. Why? Because he continues to put one foot in front of the next, and just methodically work towards his goal. The hare, who is faster and stronger than the tortoise, and for all intents and purposes should win the race, never even makes it to the finish line. Why? Because he's cheating, he's napping, he's cutting corners. He feels like, oh, I don't have to work so hard now. I can just do it all at the last minute because I'm so smart. And then invariably, whenever anybody tries to do that, it never works, right? Life doesn't work that way. You know, whether you're smart or you're talented or whatever, you have to take the steps, the proper steps to get things accomplished, right? And so this kind of like lazy attitude, hasty attitude, not really, you know, this attitude of, well, I will win anyway, so why be honest? Why not just cheat? It's like a really backward way of thinking of things. But in the end, what ends up happening is that, you know, all of this haste ends up making you miss the mark entirely. Okay, and so I wonder, Scorpio, some of you, I think this haste is coming in because you worried about something, you have anxiety about something, and you don't want to lose it, right? And King of Cups is here, and I think this is what we're talking about here. This King of Cups, there's someone in your life who's letting you know that they want you, they want to be with you. And I think you want to lock it down with them quickly, right? You're feeling like there's something that's stopping you from being with this person the way you want to be with this person. And I think you're getting a little anxious, and you're getting a little, you're getting anxiety that it's going to somehow be ruined, that somehow it's not going to work out the way you want. Some of you may be wanting to get married to someone, and there's something standing in your way, and you feel like the longer this thing stands in your way, the less likely it is for you to get your goal or to get your dream. And again, I want to say that this goal or dream is about being with someone, definitely, because King of Cups and marriage go hand in hand. The King of Cups is the one who wants to be married. He wants to be the husband, right? He wants to be, he wants to come close. King of Cups is Scorpio energy anyway, so he wants to come very close to his mate, okay? And oftentimes, twisted King of Cups can be very possessive as well, but I don't think that's the case here. I think it's just a desire. You have a desire to lock something down, and I think that you're just worried you won't be able to, right? And this week, all of this kind of comes up for you. We have Justice, Queen of Cups, and we have Aries. Wow. So, for all of the weeklies so far, Aries keeps coming up in the same spread with Justice. It's very interesting. So some of you, a lot of you, I think, are going to be dealing with just, I want to say, legal affairs, business affairs, official business, right? Documents, things of that nature that have a knock-on effect on your ability to control your life, okay? So, you know, for some of you, you may be waiting for a divorce or a separation to come through before you can get on with your life. Or for some of you, it could just be a business issue. Remember, Elephant comes in. Elephant is, you know, has an immense amount of wisdom, but also an immense amount of business wisdom too, because Ganesh brings in abundance, right? So in business, you're a master. And so is the Emperor, Aries, in a lot of ways, right? And so in order for you to be back on top, to get back to that leadership position of Aries, you're waiting for this justice issue. In the meantime, there is someone in your life who is trying to get your attention, who wants to share a cup of love with you. And I'm not sure if you're able to do that with them until this issue comes, right? Now, it could be that you are, Scorpio, that you are embodying Queen of Cups energy, okay? It could very well be that you're the one who wants to share your cup with someone, right? And you're unable to do it again until this issue is resolved. Whatever this issue is, this justice, this balancing of the books, this official document that needs to come through, you're waiting for that, or in some case, it may not even have anything to do with you, but you're kind of being stalled from being able to share your cup of love with your person until this is settled. And for some of you, the person you're dealing with is an Aries or fire sign, or someone certainly who has that fire in them. We have 2 fire elements on the board anyway. But your person is an emperor, right? So they're a leader anyway. They're a powerful person anyway. And so it's like, you know, you're kind of, if you're identifying or if you're resonating with the Queen of Cups, it's like you're just waiting, you're just waiting, you're just waiting, you're just waiting until this gets resolved, right? Because up until then, it's like, you know, you guys aren't seeing eye to eye, or you're just not able to come closer to your person. So why does this come up for this week? Because this week you may get some news on this issue. You may get some news on the court case or the justice, whatever it is to do with this justice card in terms of, you know, the official decision or rendering or document or what have you. This week, you're going to either get an update or the conclusion of that. We have Ace of Pentacles, we have Judgment, and Queen of Swords. Wow, okay, so some of you have a really great business opportunity, again, coming in. And it's almost like a vindication, right? This business opportunity can feel like very much a vindication. It can feel like, it can make you feel like, wow, you know, I must not, I don't know, I'm going to say like, I was going to say it can make you feel like, oh, well, I must not be so bad if I'm finally getting this opportunity coming in. Why do I say that? Because of judgment. Judgment is kind of guilt and insecurities that we put on ourselves, right? And so this week, with this opportunity coming in for you, it's a really big opportunity coming in for you. You have a moment around this judgment energy, and I think it's a moment where you're finally letting go. You finally see the truth about certain scenarios. I don't know why. Because Queen of Swords comes in. The Queen of Swords talks about being fair and truthful. So you have an audience with somebody, I want to say, where, you know, all of the cards are laid out on the table. Now, this is all coming out as a result of this business opportunity, this opportunity to increase your abundance. Could be that it's tied up with a previous relationship or a family or some kind of dynamic, right? Because when this comes in, it's like you have this feeling of, you see, I was right. I didn't need to feel bad. I'm going to release this kind of guilt that I've been putting myself under. And then you go right into like having this audience with somebody and calling somebody else to task and being like, you know, now it's time for you to be honest. However way this plays out, this opportunity ends up getting you in a position where you call people out and they have to, like, they come to you and they can no longer lie to you or be phony or fake or what have you. Could be an opportunity that somebody was telling you you would never get, and now that it's coming in, you're going back to that person saying, hang on a second, why did you tell me I would never get this when it's come through for me? What else have you been hiding? You know what I'm saying? It's going to be certainly something like that. We have 4 of Pentacles, Death, and Queen of Wands. So some of you, again, to do with money. I want to say, and family. A lot of these readings, I'm getting an inkling here of dealing with family, all right? A lot of these, the 3-card spreads. But here we talk about 4 of Pentacles. So your finances are being threatened. Your ability to remain stable with your finances is being threatened, or you are coming to the end of a period of stability financially, and there's a huge change that happens, right? Now, it could be that, sorry about the barking dog in the back. It could be, right, that up until now, this is a really interesting reading here, because again, we see the elementals who are talking about self-transformation, right? Well, the Queen of Wands is the queen of self-transformation. So some of you are coming from a period of finances, dealing with the material world, right? And it's been threatened, and you've been holding on to it the best that you can, but you really can't. And this change happens anyway. This change, this sweeping change, and it clears out a lot. It clears out a lot of extra stuff in your life, baggage, I want to say, in your life as a result of this 4 of Pentacles energy, this miserly, kind of greedy, kind of just work for money. And I'm not saying that you're miserly and greedy, Scorpio, but you definitely have this kind of working drive, like working for the money, right? Because you feel that this money will give you this, you know, level of stability. But regardless of what you try, the transformation happens anyway. Death comes anyway, and there's a sweeping change in your life. But the way you come out of it is with Queen of Wands. The self-transformation is huge. But it's one of those cases of like before the change, you really don't see it. You don't see where the transformation is coming in. You don't see that you're going through a transformation at all. But it's almost as if a light switches, you know, something happens and you lose, I think, a lot of this financial stability. But rather than being destitute, upset, miserable, and all of that, which you expected as a result, you come out of it with this Queen of Wands, like extremely highly self-realized version of yourself, right? Where suddenly all these truths about yourself come out that maybe you didn't realize before. And on this side of death, you don't even care about the money anymore. Like you're so happy with your transformation and shocked and with the new that you don't even think about it anymore. All right, this is your last spread. The Hermit. 9, the Hermit of the Major Arcana. We have 6 of Wands, which is a victory, and Ace of Wands. So some of you have certainly been going through a spiritual journey, right? Hermit, you've been on your own for quite some time, you know. This is a beautiful spread to end on, Scorpio. You have been walking the path on your own for a long time. As a result of walking this path, though, Scorpio, you've been very, you've changed. You've become more spiritual. You've become more, you've just become more, you know. Scorpios are one of these signs that when they transform, it's just so beautiful to see. They have eagle and dove aspects as well as Scorpio aspects. It's the only sign in the zodiac that changes in that way or that evolves in that way in one lifetime. Right? Can do in one lifetime, obviously, right? Because you know, in the next lifetime, you may not be a Scorpio. So these are the type of changes, major changes that happen in this life of the Scorpio. So it's very sweeping, okay? So you've been going through that for quite some time, and this week, you finally get your victory. You get a victory that everyone can see, too. You get a victory that is a vindication personally and socially, right? And Ace of Wands comes in, a new relationship. You know, this victory happens, but you lock down a new relationship, a relationship that has an immense amount of chemistry, sexual chemistry, emotional chemistry. Ace of Wands is the great phallic symbol, right? So this new relationship that starts, it's just like it gets your passion going. It gets you excited. It's like, it's almost like your reward after all of the hard work that you've done. Almost this little victory that you have this week is nothing compared to the victory you get with this Ace of Wands coming in your life. Because 6 of Wands is a short victory that happens and then it's over. The Ace of Wands is like, it's like it opens up the door to a victory that lasts a lifetime. That could last a lifetime. It could be a new relationship or a new project, but I think in this case it could very much be a new relationship, certainly because of your coming out of the Hermit energy. Very, very beautiful. This is certainly the Scorpio out there that has transformed, has changed over the last few years, perhaps even, and now you get coming to you really a beautiful sense of accomplishment and a beautiful, beautiful beginning of a new relationship. All right, guys, this is your reading for August 11th to the 17th. This is for Scorpio. You know how much I love you. If this resonated with you, please like, subscribe, and share. Let me know in the comments if you like this new format for the weeklies. I think it's good in terms of looking at various forecasts that you may resonate with rather than just the one. If you do want to look at the weekly outlook for your divine feminine and divine masculine relationship, I will be posting those this week, but the ones that are still current are already up on my channel, and you can look for those. I will link them in these videos as well. But for right now, Scorpio, I adore you. I love you. Have a wonderful week, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.